What's going on, YouTubers? How y'all doing out there in the boxing world? Danny, the babyface assassin Roman versus the hard-hitting Ricardo Espinoza. This was a sheer firefight. These two young bantamweights. This proves that you can have a loss on your record and still be a valid fighter. These two guys, especially when facing anybody in the division today, would give anybody trouble if not beat them. These are two good bantamweights. Ricardo Espinoza puts on unbearable pressure for 12 rounds, so you got to pack a lunch when you're going to go fight him. He has no quit in him at all. And Danny Roman has the heart of a lion, but he seemed to be the more skillful of the two. About the first 5 rounds, this is if you like body punches, you have to see this fight. If you haven't seen this fight, YouTube this fight, Danny Roman versus Ricardo Espinoza. This was oh man, the body punches thrown for the first round. This is a trainer's dream for you take the steam out of your fighter and shown how it was done. But Danny Roman kind of had the upper hand on that, but Ricardo Espinoza, did not ever stop coming. This was he always came forward the whole fight, but Danny Roman seemed to have more ring generalship, so he would stage the fight in the center of the ring. But after the 5th round, seems Danny Roman started to take over the fight. Like the fight was, you could give each guy some rounds out of each other in the first 5 rounds. You could give Danny Roman, I would say Danny Roman 3 and Ricardo Espinoza 2. That's how I would say it is on my card at that point. But after the 5th round, Danny Roman started to take over the fight in a 10-round fight. After the 6th round, Danny Roman really took a beating to Ricardo Espinoza. After the 6th round, heading to the 7th, after the bell, Ricardo Espinoza looked like a beaten fighter at this point. You would think he was ready to quit at that point, or his trainers or something. He was looking bad after that fight. He took a lot of uppercuts, a lot of overhand rights. He was bleeding badly in the 8th round. You could just see his face in the 8th round where he was just bleeding badly. And the doctor came in at the beginning of the 9th to see was Ricardo Espinoza okay, but he was able to continue, so that was a good thing. So he wasn't really hurt too bad. Yeah, Ricardo, in the 9th round, he seemed that he started to, Danny Roman, he seemed in the 9th round that he really started to hit Ricardo Espinoza really hard with bad intention punches. This was a display of will fight. Like, you had to reach down in this fight right here. So when they was heading to the 10th round, like in the 10th round, he got caught with some shots that was really punishing shots from Danny Roman. Danny Roman is a very good fighter. As you can see right there, Danny Roman punching Ricardo Espinoza and look at the stance of his posture of the distance. So what you don't, some people don't know, as a boxer, you can't lean over into your opponent. By leaning over to your opponent, it puts you in a situation to be countered and maybe knocked down at that point. So I study all aspects of boxing, so I kind of look for everything. So when I seen this picture, that's what stood out to me, like the being able to stand there and to throw a shot, but not leaning over with the shot, trying to put all your might into it. So that's when his punching power is coming from his back and from his arm. So that's a disciplined boxer. So you couldn't just come off the street and go fight a boxer, because there's rules to this game. It's disciplines. But if you haven't seen this fight, YouTube this fight, and you will not be dissatisfied. If you're a boxing fan, you will love this fight. And like I say to at the end of every video, like I hope Ricardo Espinoza is okay. He suffered a bad beating in that fight, but he seemed to be okay. So we just want to send our blessings out to Ricardo and his family, and much more to come from both of these guys. These guys would give anybody trouble. And this is Boxing's Opinions 100, and y'all have a best day out there.